Oh boy, this guitar. Hello guys, welcome back to Guitar Tech Adventures. If you've seen the previous episodes and you're keeping up with it, you know that we've been working on this crazy BC Rich Dagger guitar that I found in a flea market. Episode 37, we found the guitar. Episode 38, we diagnosed everything we were going to be doing to the guitar. Episode 39 was all about the work. We did a ton of modifications, and it's basically a tutorial on how to do electronics, pickup covers, neck repair, finish work, and replacing tuners. So if you're interested in learning any of those skills, watch episode 39. In this episode, we're going to continue to work on the guitar. We're going to replace the nut because it was completely destroyed, and we're going to string it up, do an initial play test. I believe this guitar needs a fret level. I have a feeling, because why not? I've done every possible repair you can do on an instrument on this guitar. But also that got me thinking, if you go to a flea market and you get a guitar and you're not a guitar tech like I am, how much do you think it will cost you to do all this work or have it done by a professional? You know, either you take it to Guitar Center or your local guy. We're going to talk about prices after this. So stay tuned. Step 1, make sure the nut is flat at the bottom and on the side that it's going to touch the fingerboard. Step 2, clean the nut slot. You can use a blade or a file. If you guys remember, we fixed the neck and some of the wood glue got on the nut slot. So all I'm doing right now is just removing it and make sure that the surface is flat. This repair is about finding a flat surface for the nut where you can find a 90-degree with the fingerboard. So all I'm doing here and making sure that it sits completely flat on its own without any pressure or help to keep it in place. So all I'm doing here is just, trying different things to identify which part is not leveled. It's either the nut or the slot or the back of the fingerboard. So I'm trying different things to identify that. Since the guitar is black, I'm using a Sharpie to color the part that we sanded down so the wood color doesn't show through. I guess that was step 3. Step 4, do a dry test. No glue, just make sure it fits right. Step 5, glue the nut to the back of the fingerboard. Do not put glue on the bottom of the nut. And that's it, you're done. Okay, in this part we're going to use the Dremel to clean the frets. I'm not interested in doing too much work to the frets yet because I need to make sure that the guitar doesn't need a fret leveling, which if it needs it, I will go in depth into polishing and all that kind of stuff. This is just to get it going. Alright, now we're going to clean the gunk off the fingerboard using soap water. And we're gonna finish it off with mineral oil. Like I said, I'm not trying to do anything crazy right now because I need to test the guitar first, see if it needs a fret level or not. If it does, which I think it will, we'll need to do all this anyways. And now that we're done, let's put some strings on it and let's do a quick play test. Here I noticed that the bridge saddles were not in the right position. Normally they look a certain way. In this case, they weren't looking like that. So to make it easier, I got it closer to the right position. I know the guitar is not fully done yet, but it feels good to have strings on it, nice pickups, and actually get to play it. I've been working on this guitar for seems like forever, so it felt really nice. Here I'm just adjusting the pickup height. I normally do 3 30-seconds on the bass side, and on the treble side it's going to be 2 30-seconds. When I test electronics, I'm trying to find every combination between the toggle switch, the volume, and the tone knobs. I'm looking for scratchy sounds and clicking sounds that come out of the amp. yes, that's how a dead fret sounds. It's gonna need a fret level. Yep, that's another one. And that one too. Alright, so there's two different types of costs when you are working on guitars or restoring or fixing or whatever. If you're a guitar tech, you're gonna have a cost of parts or a cost of labor. So let's talk about parts first. I didn't buy that many parts for this guitar, but I did buy some. So the first thing I bought was the pickup covers. That was $10. Then guitar knobs. I wanted to change them, so that was another $10. The nut was another $10. And I ended up buying keystone tuners from our friends at Guyker. That was $35 with taxes. And the most expensive part usually is the pickups. Now in this case, I didn't buy any pickups because I had some Gibson pickups that I took out of my SG. It's a 490R, 498T SG pickups, and I think comes in Explorers and Flying V's as well. Those you can find them used for $150, the whole set, or new from the website for $230, $250. All that for a grand total of $215. All right, so now let's talk about labor. And this is where it gets interesting because guitar techs, they all kind of charge the same, but also is very different in ways. So you have your local guy, you have, for example, Guitar Center that charges $25 for a restring, which is insane in my eyes. But people pay it, by the way. And you also have a guy that is known and is doing very well, and he's always busy, and that person might charge more for their time. So for the bench fee, some people charge anywhere from $25, $50, $100 even for their bench fee, and all that depends on your reputation, how much business you get, and what kind of work you're doing too. Let's say you bring me a guitar and it has no signal coming out. Let's say I work on the guitar, but I'm able to find the problem without involving new parts or without, doing crazy rewiring or anything crazy like that. And I'm able to fix the problem in a short period of time. I will charge you my bench fee. Now let's try a different scenario. Let's say you bring me a guitar for a detailed setup. I have a price for that. So that price will apply and the bench fee wouldn't apply anymore because I'm going to offer you that specific service for a certain amount of money. All right, so let's talk about the low end first. This is the lowest prices that you might find somewhere if you're lucky enough. So let's get going. Neck repair, $150. Wiring, $100. Nut replacement, $60. Fret level, $120. Setup, $85 with strings. Pickup cover installation, $50. Tuner installation, $25. All that for a grand total of $590. And if you add your parts to it, you're looking about $805 to bring this guitar back to life. All right, so let's talk about the high end. This is what I know people in the business charge for all these services. Neck repair, $200. Wiring, normally $160, but this one is a semi-hollow guitar, which requires more work basically because it's a pain in the neck, as you guys can see it in the videos. That will be an extra $100 add-on, so that's $260. Nut replacement, $80. Fret level, $200. Setup, $85 including strings. Pickup cover installation, $75. Tuners, $50. All that for a grand total of $950. If you add the parts, we're looking about $1165 to bring this guitar back to life. That's it for us, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate your support. If you're enjoying this series, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. We have one more episode with this guitar where we're gonna be doing a deep dive on fret leveling. We're gonna set up the guitar and do the final test, so I'm very excited for that. If you are working on your own projects, go to Guyker.com. If you buy anything from them, put Tech2025 as a discount code in the shopping cart and you get a 10% off on us. Thank you for supporting the channel, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next Guitar Tech adventure. Later.